Welcome back to the Sports Source. This segment brought to you by Parkside Cabin Rentals. Ever wish you had your own getaway spot, your own home away from home? Well, technically you do whenever you visit Parkside Cabin Rentals. ParksideCabinRentals.com has it's a great site where you can go and look at all of their properties. You pick the location, the type of property, the size, the layout, the amenities, et cetera, et cetera. So basically you're taking advantage of your own Smoky Mountain getaway right there through ParksideCabinRentals.com. And they're paying the taxes. You're not. It's even better. Parkside Cabin Rentals, that's where you need to go. Have your own Smoky Mountain getaway. All right. I want to welcome in the next two members of our panel. We got David Ubben right here from The Athletic. David, thanks for joining us.
Appreciate it.
And right down there, longtime sports writer and been here since year one, Chuck Cavaleras.
I've been here since before David was born.
When I sit in these chairs, I feel Chuck's presence, literally. So we're
magnetic. Let's take a look at the SEC Finals history for Tennessee. You go back since the tournament relaunched in 1978-79. Tennessee won it that first year, beat Kentucky. Don DeVoe beat them 3 times that year. I think that's the only time Tennessee's ever beaten Kentucky 3 times in one year. They've made the finals 5 times since then. Wade Houston with a bad team made a run, lost to Alabama. Bruce Pearl with a good team. Everyone thought this is the year we snap the streak. Sorry, Mark, but Mississippi State gets it. And then Rick Barnes has been 3 times in 6 years here. So it's interesting. The Rick Barnes thing, in 33 years, he's won 1 conference tournament. But he's been to the finals 10 times. So is he a good tournament coach or a bad tournament coach? Gets to the finals once every 3 years. Let me ask you guys. Texas A&M comes in there today. They're the number 8 seed. Everybody's looking at Tennessee, the number 2 seed. You got this. Yeah, well, Arkansas was the number 4 seed, and A&M beat them. Auburn was the number 1 seed, and A&M beat them. A&M is literally teetering on the bubble. They are the last team in, according to Joe Lunardi today. Do you look more at the seeds, or do you look more at who's hot and who is playing for their lives today? David, Chuck.
I think the thing that jumps out to me, people don't talk enough, at least this week, when the team that's got to play 4 days in a row keeps on winning games. But I think going up against the intensity of Arkansas, it's different when you want to run up and down the floor versus when Tennessee's going to make you work for buckets in the half court consistently. That's hard to do when you played like this and mentally and physically and all those things. So, for me, I think that's going to be a factor today. It's going to be a good ball game, but ultimately that Tennessee defense, I think, can change some things when you have a team that's played as many games. I mean, conference tournaments are tough, especially when you're trying to make a run like the Aggies are.
Yeah, I mean, the SEC reminds me a little bit of the ACC. Look what Virginia Tech did in the ACC. If you were just looking at the names, boy, Duke's going to go walk all over Virginia Tech. Well, now you've got a Texas A&M team that's won 7 in a row. And not only that, in the SEC tournament, how many minutes have they been behind? The games I've watched, they've been ahead pretty much like Tennessee's been ahead. So that's two pretty good teams. Texas A&M's won 7 in a row. Tennessee's won 6 in a row. So it's two playing good at the right time. And Texas A&M, John, is all about guard play.
The Virginia Tech thing is interesting because the last conference tournament they won was 1979. Maybe that's a good thing for Tennessee, a good omen. Because they had the 4th longest stretch ever between automatic bids to the NCAA tournament, 43 years. And if Tennessee gets it today, they will tie Virginia Tech at 43 years between automatic bids. The last time Tennessee played Texas A&M, it was here at Thompson Bowling Arena on February 1st. Isaiah, the Vols won 90-80. I don't think we're going to see 170 points from these two teams today. Olivier Comlois had a big game in that game, 15 points, 7 rebounds. Might have been his high point mark for the year, as a matter of fact. Thoughts on what you're going to get today and the difference between this game and that game?
It won't be 170 points between the two teams, I don't believe. I believe it's going to be more of a defensive game. It's going to be knock down, drag out, kind of sort of like the UK game was for the first part of it. And I think that's where we will prevail because they will, like he said, this is going to be their 4th game in 4 days. They are young guys and they are excited and trying to get into the tournament, but we're going to wear them down in the end.
And real quick, I heard Buzz Williams make a pretty good comment about that, John. He says we work 6 days a week. 4 days, 4 games, 4 days. We work 6 days a week to be ready for something like this. So we'll see if that holds up.
Yeah, and that's he's supposed to say that, but at the end of the day, you know, practice is practice and games are games, and they're not practicing that hard right now. No team is, and when you're beating and banging by other teams, it wears you down more than the practice would.
Mark Pancratz, quick scouting report on Buzz Williams and what he likes to do with his teams.
Well, offensively, you're talking about guard play. They're going to run a lot of ball screens. Defensively, they like to switch it up. They'll go man, even within the same possession, switch from man to zone. The mental part of this is in that it's not the physicality. It's the mental side of having to go up against a Tennessee team that will wear you down on offense with their movement, being able to chase Vescovi around, the different looks, the adjustments, the different personnel that we're bringing in. They've got guard play. They're not a great three-point shooting team. The difference is in this SEC tournament, they've been shooting the ball really well. Mental toughness, taking care of the basketball. Who will win the turnover battle? I think if Tennessee and their guards can continue to take care of the basketball, we'll be able to get this win.
All right, when we come back, what do the latest bracket projections say about the Volunteers, where they'll land, who they'll play, and also, what seed does Tennessee truly deserve? We'll discuss that next. Come on back on the Sports Source.